Hi there, students. I'm sure you all know the word feedback, but let's talk about it for a little bit. Okay, for example, you write an essay and then your teacher gives you feedback about your essay. Feedback is somebody's reactions to something. So your teacher's reactions to your essay. And this you can then use as a basis to improve your written work. Okay, feedback is when the results of a system go to determine the next step of the process, or how the process continues going. When I hear the word feedback, the first thing I always think of is this high-pitched whistle, maybe at a concert. It's when the microphone is near the loudspeaker that is feeding it. So the noise goes into the microphone and it comes out of the loudspeaker. And then the microphone picks up the noise from the loudspeaker, and it's a system that goes round and round and round, getting louder and louder. Yeah, that to me is the original idea of feedback. Okay, so feedback is an analysis of the results of something in order to improve the way something works. Notice feedback is an uncountable noun. I wouldn't say a feedback, I'd say some feedback. Do you think you could give me some feedback on this essay? Or maybe you go to a conference and then you give your boss some feedback about the conference, about the things that you talked about. Okay, notice feedback is a noun, but I was wondering about it as a verb. Notice to feed back as a phrasal verb works, but it's two words, to feed back. And to feed back is effectively to give somebody advice or criticism about something they have done, so that they can do it better next time. Yeah? For example, you make comments on my essay, and that feeds back to me. Those comments feed back to me, and I can improve my essays in the future. For example, you give me feedback, or you feed back any mistakes that I've made in the spelling when I write, because I do sometimes, unfortunately. Okay, so to feed back, to give criticism or give input back to the original producer. So the government introduced a new policy, but it took a long time for the effects of the policy to actually feed back to the government, yeah? Or for the people's reactions to feed back. Maybe people's reactions feed back almost immediately. I get the idea of to feedback or feedback like reporting to your boss or reporting to somebody. It gives an idea of appraisal of how a process is going. So at each stage of the process, you look at the process and then you feed back the information to the person who's in charge of the project, so that they know where they should be going, they know what things they should be thinking about. Yeah? So I'm sure I will have lots of feedback from this video. Notice, to feed back, the past is fed back, fed back. So it took a while for reactions to feed back. Yeah, the results take time to feed back. Okay? So, I think that's probably enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, give me some feedback, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Feedback. Or, as a verb, to feed back. 2 words.